everyone. I'm Kamenenchev. Welcome to another edition of Red Wolves Live. A-State played in its third straight conference road game today, and for the third straight game, the offense scored at least 40 points as the Red Wolves win 44-28 over Idaho. Blake Wynn covered state volleyball today, but he joins us now from Hot Springs. How's it going down there, Blake?
Hey, man, it's going really, really good. You know, kind of an interesting setup here. We had a Red Wolves game today, but they were on the road and too far to get to. We also had some state volleyball going on with Paragould playing Valley View. Paragould got the state championship. So I'm down here covering that. So I'm at the convention center on the 12th floor. Kind of a nice view out here, too. I mean, you can't see it as well as I can, but it's been a good day for me overall. A good day for the Red Wolves. You know, there were some things that were really, really rough about it, Common, but not as rough of a day as Idaho had. I think it was like 8 turnovers at one point. Things that Arkansas State need to improve on, but a W is a W, especially on a long road trip like that. Certainly something they can build upon. Again, you just got to go on the road and get those W's, and I think that that's what they did.
Thanks, Blake, and let's check out the highlights of that win. Coach Anderson's defense looked to bounce back after a tough game against ULL. Early on, the D would dominate, and they'd force quite a lot of turnovers. Here's a tip pass, and Sterling Young comes up with the interception. The senior has made so many big plays in his career. That set up Michael Gordon, and Gordon would do what Michael Gordon does. Once he breaks it to the outside, good luck. You're not going to catch him. Look at these moves. Left, right, and Gordon heads to the house for a 44-yard TD. That gives the Red Wolves a 7-0 lead. Gordon had a huge day, especially in the second half. We'll have much more on him later. But still in the first quarter, the D comes up with another pick as Artez Brown gets the interception. That's the second INT of the quarter for A-State. Second quarter now. Matt Linehan on the QB keeper, and Xavier Woodson and Sterling Young force a fumble. Where's the ball? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Rocky Hayes picks it up and heads the other way for a 93-yard scoop and score. The replay, which you'll see here in a second, shows it was clearly a fumble. But Idaho would battle back as Jarrell Brown's 8-yard touchdown would tie the game at 14 right here. Luke Ferguson adds a late first-half field goal, and A-State led 17-14 into the locker room. Third quarter, Idaho takes its first lead of the game as Elijah Penny's 2-yard score makes it 21-17 Vandals. But Michael Gordon says, anything you can do, I can do better, as this 7-yard TD gives the Red Wolves a 24-21 lead. But here comes Idaho, as Jarrell Brown, this time from 16 yards out, scores. It's 28-24 Idaho, but from there it was all Arkansas State all the time. Freddie finds Tress Houston, and Houston dives in the end zone. The refs say he was down at the 1, so what does it mean? It's simple. Michael Gordon in for another touchdown. This is his third TD of the time, 30-28 ASU after the missed PAT. Freddie protected the ball, no turnovers today, and he completed 22 of 29 passes. Here, Gordon helps him out, makes some fancy moves. Gordon also had 45 receiving yards. Fourth quarter, the defense would show up yet again as Artez Brown, you heard him earlier, well, here he is again, his second interception of the game. That sets up, you guessed it, another Michael Gordon rushing touchdown. Look at this speed right here. Gordon is in from 23 yards out, 37-28 A-State. Later in the quarter, how about a fifth touchdown? This 4-yard run just about aces the game, 44-28 Red Wolves. Arkansas State scores the last 20 points of the game. The very last play of the game is fitting as Idaho's Matt Linehan rolls in on the run, and he throws, and Frankie Jackson picks it off. The Red Wolves win 44-28. Let's check out the final stats. Michael Gordon finished with 5 rushing touchdowns. That ties the Sun Belt record and is the third most touchdowns an Arkansas State player has ever had. Flash also finished with 107 rushing yards and 45 receiving yards. He truly did it all today. Freddie quietly had a good day, too, completing 22 of 29 passes for 253 yards. Tress Houston had a game-high 5 catches and 83 receiving yards. Meanwhile, the defense came up with 8 turnovers, forcing 4 fumbles and coming up with 4 interceptions. The football Red Wolves improved to 3-1 in the Sun Belt. The basketball Red Wolves will start their season in just over 2 weeks. A-State held a team scrimmage this afternoon. Now of highlights next on Red Wolves Live.
Red Wolves Live.